The Forgiven was written and directed by John Michael McDonagh, and it stars a great team of Ralph Fiennes and Jessica Chastain, two actors who are absolutely on fire at the moment. And we follow a wealthy couple played by Fiennes and Chastain, of course, who, while driving to a party at a grand villa, they accidentally hit and kill a young Moroccan man who is selling fossils on the roadside. All while on the verge of divorce, so there's certainly some drama to be had here. And The Forgiven certainly has a plethora of dramatic, compelling moments to digest. John Michael McDonagh, in case you aren't aware, is the older brother of playwright and filmmaker Martin McDonagh. And Martin is honestly one of my favorite filmmakers working at the moment. If you haven't seen movies like 3 Billboards, this is absolutely something you should check out. Also In Bruges, also starring Ralph Fiennes, ironically enough. If you're a fan of just dark comedy, Martin is the person you should go to. So I was definitely curious to see what his brother could bring to the table, and I'm not overly familiar with John Michael as a filmmaker, but there's certainly a lot to like about The Forgiven. I love his shot composition in general. Shooting on location, I think, was a really solid idea for a film like this, and getting 2 actors of this caliber on board for this project certainly helped wonders, because they are phenomenal in this film. Ralph Fiennes has been one of my favorites for a long time. Ever since he played Lord Voldemort, I think he has just caught fire every single time. Jessica Chastain, of course, won the Best Actress Oscar last year for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, and I thought she did absolutely brilliant in The Forgiven. And I think those two playing off of each other, and the drama and the trauma that these two characters experience together, it's absolutely heartbreaking. It is absolutely white-knuckled intensity. There is so much subtext within this script that Ralph Fiennes and Jessica Chastain, I'm sure, were chomping at the bit to get into. This script is stuff that actors dream of putting to the screen, because there is just so much juicy material to sink into. And I'm sure Ralph Fiennes and Jessica Chastain were having so much fun delving into this as artists, and it shows. When you watch The Forgiven, they are really digging deep here into their deepest emotional depths. Matt Smith is in this movie as well, and he's having a great time with this dialogue. If you're not familiar with Matt Smith, he was the bright spot of Morbius, which obviously is a film I hated. So it's good to see that his career is on the right trajectory, because The Forgiven is certainly a better film than Morbius, but I can't necessarily sit here and say that The Forgiven is one of the year's strongest films. I don't even think I'd necessarily say it's one of the year's weakest films. It's somewhere right in the middle for me. Now, I feel like The Forgiven's first act and the third act are its strongest parts. I think the film's ending is certainly one that's gonna leave you just absolutely floored. The middle part of the film, I felt like had a tendency to meander a bit, and this was kind of surprising to me, especially considering that this director's younger brother has made such tight films like In Bruges. In Bruges is such a fast-paced story, and there's no real deadbeats in that film. Same thing with 3 Billboards. That was one of my favorite movies the year it came out when it did. I want to say 2017, 2018, one of the two. Absolutely no dead spots in either one of those films. Now, The Forgiven is certainly not going to be the McDonagh type that you're used to. This is certainly 100% drama. There's no dark comedy to speak of in here, which, I mean, I can respect that John Michael McDonagh is a different type of filmmaker, but that's what I feel like is gonna hold The Forgiven back for me, in all honesty. I don't see myself ever going back and rewatching this movie ever again in my life. I can't say the same about In Bruges and 3 Billboards, which are movies that I've seen multiple times up to this point in my life. And while The Forgiven certainly has a plethora of dramatic moments that I'm sure these actors loved sinking their teeth into, they're not really gonna be as fully memorable as I'm sure the creative team wanted this movie to be. So while I don't see myself ever rewatching The Forgiven ever again in my life, I can certainly respect the craft that went into it, some really solid direction, some really nice cinematography on location, and 2 absolute dynamite leading performances that you just could not help but feel beneath the subtext, the anger in here. So with that said, I'm gonna give The Forgiven a B-. Yeah, it's certainly a movie I wanted to love, and it's certainly a movie I would have loved to have seen on my best of the year countdown. That's not something I'm foreseeing, unfortunately, but let me know what you guys thought of The Forgiven down in the comments section below. Did you guys catch this in theaters, or are you catching this on VOD like I did? As always, guys, I love making these videos. I love coming on here and discussing all new things, movies, and entertainment, whether it be the big blockbusters like Thor: Love and Thunder, or or whether it be hidden gems like this one in The Forgiven. If you guys are looking for a channel to discuss all new things, movies, and TV, we've already built such an amazing community over here, and you guys are all invited to the party. So go ahead and smash that subscribe button and hit that notification bell because you do not want to miss another second of the action over here. And feel free to throw a thumbs up towards this video. That is also tremendously helpful. Thank you guys so very much for continuing to show your support over here. It really does mean the world. Look forward to more fun topics hitting this channel very soon. I will be reacting to the Marvel Studios Hall H panel tomorrow night via livestream. And we've also got a bevy of new releases to wrap up a very hectic summer season for me. But guys, it's going to be very fun. You don't want to miss a second of it. Y'all are the best. And with all that being said, back talk, commence!